John joins us now. And John, please help me out here because we're in Los Angeles and we're kind of still in the I guess the morning stages of what happened with the Dodgers. And now we're thinking, could this possibly happen to the Astros tonight against the Rays?
Well, Kirk, good morning. Good afternoon on the East Coast. It's a great question. We saw two teams both lose on home field yesterday, and certainly there is that pressure that comes with playing at home in a decisive winner-take-all game. That's very real, and I believe is a factor for the Astros to reckon with today. They have not played well on the offensive side of the baseball the last three games. They've scored 7 runs in the last 3 games. In many ways, they're lucky that they're still alive in this series because they nearly let Game 2 slip away. And if that had happened, who knows? Maybe they would already be getting ready for the offseason if that was the case for the Houston Astros. So they've got to find a way to get the top of the lineup going again. Springer and Brantley, I believe, are the two biggest names to watch tonight from Houston to see if they get some traffic on the bases for the big bats in the middle part of the lineup. But the Astros have their ace, whether you want to call him 1A, 1A, 1B, depending how you look at Colin Verlander. They've got the right guy on the mound. They're also facing someone in Tyler Glasnow, who I thought was very good in the first game of this series, and now they've got to deal with him once again. So it should be two dynamic right arms. You're going to see power stuff on the FS1 broadcast tonight beginning at 7 o'clock Eastern. I can't wait to see how it all plays out. It's going to be a desperate game on both sides, with certainly Houston having a lot more to lose. They're the team that's expected to win. They've got the most wins in baseball this year. They're supposed to win this baseball game. But as we saw yesterday, what is supposed to happen is not always what does happen.
MLB Network and Fox Sports MLB analyst John Morosi joining the Rich Eisen Show. Kirk Morrison here filling in for Rich. So you mentioned it as Cole versus Glasnow, but when you look at right now in a Game 5 scenario, you mentioned Verlander as well, but when you look at both of these, I guess, relief pitching right now, the relievers in this game, who do you think has the edge if one of these starters gets touched up early on?
Tampa Bay, because that is their DNA. That is how they have run games all season long. I think however long we see Glasnow go, whether it's Diego Castillo or Nick Anderson, who got into a game very early in Game 4, the earliest he's ever been involved in a game was that Game 4. They've got Emilio Pagan, Colin Poche. We could see Blake Snell come out of the bullpen. We could even see Charlie Morton, the former Astro, the Cy Young candidate for the Rays, pitching in relief today. They have the much better setup once the starter leaves the game than Houston does right now. Houston has had some struggling bullpen issues here of late when you think about Ryan Presley still coming back from a knee issue. Roberto Osuna had to be rescued there in the second game of this series. So if the game is tied, or even if the Rays, if it's the 7th inning and Cole is out of the game and the Rays are down a run, they'll like their chances. Whatever the win probability says, Tampa Bay is going to like their chances to win the ball game if they're within a run or if they are tied or ahead, certainly, in the 7th inning or later if Garrett Cole's out of the baseball game.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.